Welcome in, welcome in. Greetings everyone. Bit EP today, but decided to actually go on stream and read a little bit of story before I take a nap. So here we go. A little really small short stream before even. Greetings everyone, Precious Stable, Closer Humming, good to see you back in the lab, and welcome to the archive corner of my alchemical workshop. And this is your automatic lab assistant Eleonora Electrica from the distant past, and we're getting back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Second game, first case. So let's go. Hopefully. Oh, hello, Ava. Joe-san. Oh, thanks for the hit pads. Thank you. Alright, let me adjust my volume because it's a bit loud for my liking today. How are you, Ava? Did you start the new... What was that? Oh my god, apologies, my CPU brain is getting very slow today. Resident Evil, yes. 喺 Bristol 啊，返到屋企，歡迎返嚟，祝你唔係祝你個希望你有個好嘅旅程。我睇人玩緊，我都睇人玩緊，好似好好玩，好得人驚。Alright. I'm sorry, Susato. Okay. I should have told you about the toxin. Hey. You have a strong sense of responsibility, you know. That's why you decided to show the burden alone. No, that's not it at all. I was just scared of my failure come to light, that's all. I hope to retrieve the substance from the English women before anyone find out. 返到屋企煮埋飯，食完洗埋，幾好幾好。Before the trial started, do you remember what you said, Susato? That you had no doubt in your mind about my innocence, that you'd stand by me to the last. I remember. 今集好似唔錯，好似幾好睇。好多人偷跑，偷跑係乜嘢偷跑？ I remember, and yet I didn't deserve your trust in me. I hide important details from you, Susato. I completely betrayed your faith in me. No, don't just say that, waifu. Hit me, Susato, I deserve it. No, in fact, throw me to the floor. No, I couldn't. No, that's too good for me as well. Drag me through city streets. Wow. Oh, sorry. I bonked the mic. I'm no better, you know. Oh. Even though in my heart I knew you'd pull the knife blade from Mrs. Bread's back. But there was just a brief moment when in my mind I doubted you. Susato, I'm sorry. After I stood there and promised you I'd stand by you and always be on your side, I betrayed your faith in me too. And as such, I've failed you as a lawyer. Oh no. Oh my god, look at that, we have Yuri on the background as well. Let's go. I don't know why some people get the game early and release the info. I'm like, oh really? Oh, I think for some, basically because they want to release like all the games at the same time, I believe like some retailers might basically hand out the game a day early or something like that. Ah, kick tower. Ah, spoilers. 冇問題。Uncle Leon 都係咁靚仔。Not just they, really? Wow. I think this situation has taught both of you a valuable lesson. Placing your unbridled faith in others is no easy task. Yes, Father, that fact has certainly struck home. Which is why I can see more clearly now, so, Ray, yes, you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Oh. Oh my god, Susato. You know you'll always be a gallant, dashing lawyer in my eyes now. Oh, Ray. Oh my god, I love them. The best waifus. By the way, next time I will take the train. The bus killing me. Oh no. I don't like the coach, to be honest. I can't stand the coach. But the train is also painful as well, so... Any long travel is kind of painful, so you're really great for staying on a on a vessel for that long. I was so scared, you know, when it happens. I didn't know what's going on, and the English woman was sitting at the back of the hut listening to what I was saying. I knew it was you who stole the poison. Well, now, whatever do you mean? And then a moment later, she suddenly got to her feet. Before collapsing on the floor in front of me, with a knife on her back. Diesel 火車遲到，我可以 claim 返啲錢。係喎， It all happened right before my eyes. And you were the only people in the hut at the time. That's right, just Miss Brett and myself, no one else. So I just don't understand how she could possibly have stabbed like that. Or have been stabbed. A great mystery indeed. So I still can't believe it happened, that's why I just couldn't bring myself to speak up. It'll be alright. However it happened, whatever it really went on the sea by that day, I promise to you that I will prove everything that you've said you saw is true. Spoken like a true Mikotoba. The Mikotoba clan, let's go. Now I think we should discuss what's coming up in the trial though too. We don't have much time, so we must make sure that we have our facts in order. 基本上我每3次返工就 claim 到1次錢。係好定唔好？ Yes, I expect the poison's gonna come under close scrutiny in the upcoming proceedings. The police should hopefully have identified on the blade by now. And the trouble is a completely new lab synthesized blend of alkaloids. The police won't have any ways for testing it. Oh, I see. Yes, without this chemical region, it's impossible to detect the toxin. Chemical region. Reagent. No idea. 我覺得火車一路都係遲，火車冇遲過5次。I sent a colleague of mine off with some earlier to deliver to the police headquarters. I think perhaps you should have some as well though, just in case. Ooh. Oh Okay, we're gonna test it on site then. What's the matter, Susato? You suddenly went very quiet. It's a newspaper article. Exclusive deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical Research Lab, and I wonder how the information got out, and given that it was a government secret. It was all the English women's doing. What? It was when the professor and Soseki-san were being interviewed in the lab. That so-called English lady sworn in and without any compunction said to Professor Mikotobo, Oh, Professor, surely your guests would love to hear about your work on that substance here. Scoop. Hi LT, how are you? Welcome in. It put me in a very awkward position, to be frank. But Soseki-san's curiosity has been piqued, so I had a little choice but give him a cursory introduction. So then, Soseki-san knew about poison. Yes, and it's highly likely that the reporter who was writing up the story about us would have caught a glimpse of that toxin too. Oh, there's many Menmo, Sam. By the way, did that reporter join you when you all went to the beach? Oh, no, I don't remember that reporter being there. Indeed, he shouldn't have been. I very much doubt anyone would have wanted him here. Oh, a known criminal has been given permission by the authorities to bathe by the seaside. Soseki-san pointed that out, inviting a reporter might be problematic, so the man was sent back to the office. Yet obviously he didn't go back. He secretly followed the party to the beach and took this very candid photograph. And presumably he's posted anonymously to the police. Oh. And happy Friday! Is this the O or new or O Ace Attorney game? This is actually the new old Ace Attorney game. So this is like so we got the first game, second game, third game, fourth game, and then the fifth game came out together with this one, I think. And then the sixth game came out with the second one of this game. Happy Friday, 1 week gone, yay! It's Friday. So yeah, they have like a little alternate universe or something, and then, like it was actually something like imaginary old times of Phoenix ancestor around, I know, like 18 something, I don't know, something like that, maybe 18, 19? I have no idea. Friday night is fish night. Oh, what did you have? Cod? Counsel, we just heard that a new witness is now ready to testify. The trial is about to resume. Let's go back. No? No, what do you have? Fillet of fish. Defense attorney, Ryutaro Naruhodo. Yes. Izaibei. Izaibei. Dang. It has put her faith in me now and told me everything. So I can't let her down. I have to prove that what she's telling the court is true. I have to prove what really happened that night. Oh, that day. Oh. Starfish. Yeah, starfish. I know. That counts. It's like Swedish fish is starfish. Thereby call the court to order as we reconvene to continue the trial of Ren Membami, Prosecutor Auchi. Have you summoned a new witness? Before I address the question, Your Excellency, I have some very important news to share. Oh, what news? And why does he look so happy about it? During the recess, with the collaboration of Professor Mikotoba's lab at Yume University, the police re-examined the knife that was used to end Miss Jezebel Jazali Brett's life. Excellent, I admire your rapid handling of the matter. Oh, too kind, Your Excellency, too kind. I was merely carrying out your instructions, of course. At the reagent delivered to the police headquarters by rickshaw, so it will be there in good time. Also, by judging the man's swagger, I fear we might need to brace ourselves for the inevitable. And Counsel, what were the results? There were no toxins. The stagger, which was so cruelly used to end the life of the victim. There's no traces of poison anywhere alongside its blaze. What? Are you sure about that? Okay, just a sec, I think something... okay, let me... Something's... Okay. Armed with reagent, the test is extremely simple. They couldn't have made a mistake. Oh, no traces of poison, now what? In short, the accused of feeble excuse earlier has been utterly destroyed. Oh no. Now the prosecution is ready to call a new witness. Oh, a newspaper reporter who managed to capture a photograph of crucial moments. Good. Very well, officer. Bring in a witness. No traces of poison on the knife. But if that's really the case, how could the toxin have entered the victim's body? Drink it. Gloop, gloop, gloop. Oh, look at you. You have an emblem. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. Oh, yum. Yum sing. Gloop, gloop. Many memo of show you news. I'm what people like to call a journal. What's a journal, Father? Did you know? It's simply a contraction of journalist. I'm there where the news breaks and putting pens to paper to catch those scoops so that they are printed the next morning. Oh my god. What? What the fuck was that, mate? Why do you slap that belt like... I don't know, like... tongue. I didn't call me the hero of the herald for nothing. The nice guy of news. Okay, enjoy. Go proud. Oh, so it was you who took this photograph, was it? Well, what do we have in here? I am sorry? Oh, brace yourself. Oh my, I can't. Him die. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that slap. Oh, brace yourself, people. Many memos senses a scoop in the offering. Female student up to a foul play, offended by curiosity, curiously handsome young lawyer in Supreme Court. The reader will lap this up. We'll set it about foe at 72 point and 5 leg format in the morning edition. Huh? Right then, let's start with your name. Oh, it's Ryutaro. Naruhodo. Next, what makes you want to become a lawyer? I wanted to reform our country's legal system, I suppose. Ryutaro has suddenly become very, very ambitious, I say. I just borrowed Kazuma-san's dream for a while. Oh my god, Kazuma. By the way, the name is Takeuchi Aochi. The so-called dark horse of the Supreme Court. My objections strike fear into every defense lawyer's heart. Ooh. Nah, the reader won't buy in that. What? Witness. Yes. What this court demands to know is whether or not you were responsible for taking this picture. It was delivered anonymously. Wait! Oh, wait! I was joking about drinking, but there is a glass in here. Oh! Oh, she drank... She drank it. I mean, okay. Glub glub. Okay, I was joking about that one, but she actually drank it. Okay. It was delivered anonymously to the Imperial Police Bureau only yesterday. Yeah, I wouldn't be a journal if I click quick when presented with a scoop like that now, wouldn't I? Sometimes stories call out to me, sometimes I have to chase them down, but either way you've got to be fast. Fast legs to run with and fast hands to write with is no good if you don't note it down, I always say. That's what I called a many-memorism. Ah, yes, I remember your face. You meant that day when you were interviewing myself and Soseki-san. Yes, right, that was me. And you were supposed to be going back to Shoryu news offices after our meeting. But the scoop is, I didn't, because that English women words has piqued my journalistic interest. Miss Brett's words. A criminal left to do as she pleases just because she happens to be a British citizen. It's horse dog. This country's judiciary is rotten to the core. The Supreme Court's ruling aren't worth the paper they're written on. The police are just imperial pawns. Oh, stay your tongue, young man. These are complex political issues at play. Well, anyway, I quickly jotted down those words she said in my memo pads. A memo pad. I don't know. Oh my god. Are you ready? I will read it out. It's all here, right? There it goes. I should like to go with everyone to see your country's coast. A serious criminal going on some junkets, and people need to know about this. That's why I decided to sneak after them. To get that women's story so I could hammer her in the press. Do you mean to say that you did indeed witness it firsthand? The grim scene portrayed in this photograph. Oh yes! Oh no, I can't do the slap. Jesus Christ, the slap is really spooky. Oh yes, I saw it with my very own journal eyes. From start to finish, through the viewfinder in my trusty camera. Oh. Thank you, Mini-Memo-san. You will now give a formal testimony before the court. You state exactly what it is that you witnessed of the events surrounding Miss Brett's death. Ooh. Spooky. Alright then. The camera never lies. Beach Hut was made of shoddy reed screens, so there were plenty of gaps I could see inside too. The English woman was sitting on the stool when the student girl came in and started arguing with her. Seconds later, the girl pulled out a knife, throwing the English woman to the floor as she stabbed her back. Smoldering journal spirit bursted in flames. Quick as a flash, I whipped out my camera, ready to click. I pulled apart the rough weave of one of the screens and poked the lenses through for the perfect shot. Ooh, okay. Read the screens, you say? Right, so you can see them clearly through that great shot I snapped. Huh. The hut walls were just screens made of coarsely woven reeds. Oh, yes, it allows the breeze to pass through and bring some relief from the summer heat. And it was a breeze for me to poke my camera through and see the whole thing's holding up. Ignoring for the time being the appalling invasion of privacy involved. Did you witness everything that happens from the moment the defendant entered the hut? Oh yes, I saw it. I saw the whole thing from start to finish. Isn't it impossible because she's sitting in there, no? Oh, do we have it, no? No, we don't. Oh, luckily for me, they were pretty shoddily woven. I pulled the reeds apart and thrust the lenses of my camera through the gap. Would I get away with it, or would I be seen? It was a gamble of a lifetime. Nicety of purpose that's considered admirable in journalists, I suppose. Run a risk one day and run a scoop the next. That's the many memoism in a nutshell. Oh my god. Alright, it would appear that we have a genuine witness to this wicked crime. The evidence and testimony are extremely compelling. I believe we might be close to a verdict. Oh, gee, I want to slap him in the face. Wonderful news, Your Excellency, wonderful. Nevertheless, it cannot be denied that this testimony begs one very large question. What question? Exclusive news, a startling photograph, and all the making of an exceptional story for the reporter. Why then was the story never published? Oh, that's right. The slap. It seems clear to me that there's some circumstances at play there that's yet to be understood. More pathetic excuses. Very well then, counsel. Proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, Your Excellency. There's more to this report than meet the eyes. And he's keeping something about this case very close to his chest, which he's slapping on. Oh, let's go. Okay, I think we need to press. I think it's probably like because she's sitting on the chair on the back, so he shouldn't be able to see anything. But so you actually saw many members entering the hut. Oh, yep, and she was raging like my journal spirit. And the argument you mentioned, what was that about exactly? You stole it. I didn't steal it, that kind of thing. Talking about the poison, I suppose. A student girl walked right up to the English woman and really started laying into her. I mean, if she had laid into her anymore, they would have been eggs. Oh no. That man should have been an author. His descriptive talents was wasted on journalism. But the student's ranting fell on deaf ears, like Japanese person listening to English for the first time. He really ought to work on his similes first though, to be honest. Anyway, the point is that woman and the dog was mightily angry. Oh my god, my brain's sleeping for a sec. Oh my god, and her temper was finally got the better of her, it seems, dear me. Which was the climatic moment that I caught on film. Okay, let's go. Press. Again. Do you swear before the court that you actually saw the precise moment when the stabbing took place? Oh, ha! The precise moment. I didn't just see that. I saw the whole hellish scene play out from start to finish. I have a simple plan of a beat chart. Huh. Perhaps you could use it to explain to the court exactly what you witnessed. Oh, there you go. New thing. Oh, right you are. It's all here in my many memo pads. Huh. When I first peered into the hut, I'm sure that the English woman was on the stool at the back of the hut there. Yes, the accused's own testimony confirms that. She just sat on the back of the hut smiling sweetly. That's what I have noted down. It's my turn to testify now, try not to interrupt. And then the next moment, I was watching the culprit. The犯人の被害人. The evil student girl entered the hut. They clashed. After a while, the pair seems to end up in the middle of the hut, arguing furiously. Oh, the English women went for the student, but the girl dodged her out of the way. And she stabbed her. And in a flash, plunged a knife into her adversary's back, and the two paused each other. Oh god. Oh, what you describe as crimes indeed. Not the slap again. Never sugarcoat the truth. By the way, where are you though? Whilst you were watching that terrible scene unfold before your eyes through the gap in the screen, it did not occur to you to try to prevent the tragedy rather than capture it on film. Journals have to be observers. We can't get involved. That's our reason. I have no idea what that is, but you know what? So they didn't converse with her at all. Obviously not. An observer always remains on the outside looking in. And that's something to be proud of, is it? Your Excellency, if I may. Yes, Professor. I think the witness at last expertly phrased statement should perhaps be added to his formal testimony. Father, what are you? Ho. New line. Okay, what was the last one again? Oh, nihilism is the foundation of many memorism. but I'm glad he proved that my words are meaningless. Ugh, the slap. I never once set foot in the heart. So, can we prove that he set foot inside the heart? There was some... I mean, there was some footsteps around. I actually want to ask, you know what, Press? Really? You didn't set foot inside the hut at all? Are you quite sure about that? I think you may have the wrong impression of me. We're talking about a murder scene, dear. I see, you were scared. Maybe I did have the wrong impression of you, yes. It was all I could do to stifle a scream and hold my hand steady enough to snap a shot. You really should have summoned help before thinking of your camera. Many memoism and humanism don't always agree. Most of the time in those instances, many memoism comes out on top. Ha! A sculptor of a story. Sometimes I have to be cruel for my art. Yes, that's spot on. Okay. Okay, prison. Huh. Your pen's inside. Many memos sound. Until now, I've found a firm belief that the newspapers are in the business of uncovering and publishing the truth. Haha. Well. You're spot on there. The press doesn't lie, which is why I'm proud to wear the emblem of the Shoryu News on my arm. In a way, that's more many memoism. Sadly, though, it seems the journalists who write for those papers don't always share the same passion for the truth. Ooh, what are you suggesting with those words, Counsel? Many memos sound. Do you recognize this fountain pen? I believe that's yours, no? This pen was found at the scene of Mrs. Brett's death. In fact, the murder victim was gripping it in her hands as she died. What are you? If you look at the barrel of the pen, you can notice that there's owner's initials engraved in there. RM. Yes, thank you for bringing that up, Counsel. The initial of the accused Ray. Remember me. Is that a coincidence, or I wonder that your initials are also RM? No. Writing, many memo, RM. That's horse dung. Can't you see? One of the central tenets of many memoism is being a pencil user. And yet, as the court will clearly be able to see, your right hand has a very obvious blue ink stain. It would appear that you must have rather carelessly left it somewhere recently. Your favorite fountain pen, that is. Horsey horse dung. Okay. It's not the case before she died. That you met with Jazali bread in the beach hut. Why should we listen to this absurd nonsense? It's nothing but another excuse. Exactly. Sure, your news will stand behind me all the way. I deny everything. It There must be as many people as with the initial RM as there are stars in the night sky. The defense has neither the time nor the inclination to count every stars in the sky. Okay. And there's no need anyway, because this pen has more to tell. Yes, there's another clue. Clue that undeniably proves who its owner really is. Huh. Of course, Your Excellency. What are you talking about? Huh? Present? As well as the initial, there's also an emblem of this on this fountain pen. And that you will of course recognize many mammals then. Huh. Goodness me, it's the emblem of the Shoyu News. In other words, the owner of this pen is an employee of the Shoyu News. Or maybe it's just a pen they gave out in trade shows, you know? Whose initials are actually RM. Suddenly the stars in the night sky don't seem so numerous, do they? Well, many memos sound. How would you respond? Oh, no. Huh. Order, explain yourself, witness. So, this is how the mighty Supreme Court works, is it? Using coercive tactics to have well-meaning citizens review harmless secrets. I've used nothing but honest tactics. Oh, alright then. Fine, I won't try to hide it anymore. Yes, no, not longer. Well, that grim tragedy unfolded. Not the slap again, I don't want it. I don't like the slap. I, a Shoyu News reporter, on behalf of the public, conducted an interview with the English women. An interview? You never mentioned this before. Huh. When exactly was this? As I said, it was before that evil little student girl showed her face in the hall. It couldn't have lasted more than 2 or 3 minutes, that's all. It was just a brief exchange. But it came to nothing that, as many memos say, the people don't pay their dues for unworthy news. Oh. However insignificant you deem it to be, the court cannot overlook the meeting between yourself and the victim. You will testify now under the oath of the precise nature of this meeting and what transpires. Got it. Yes, alright, but on one condition. Condition? In all good conscience, I couldn't speak out alone about this. You need to call back the earlier witness, Soseki Natsume-san. Oh, Soseki-san. Oh yes, according to my notes here, that man has a secret of his own, and brace yourself, because it's not a harmless one, it's big. What? Ooh. Very well, I will grant the witness' request in this instance. Officer, summon the earlier witness back to the stand. Soseki-san is hiding something. Well, he's always hiding something, no? Huh. Let's go. I asked the English woman for an interview, but she declined, so I left the hut without making a fuss. And then watching secretly from the outside, I saw the women being stabbed and other witnesses come running. The detective realized that the victim has still a pulse, and he ran off to fetch help. That's when this writer man come here to ask the women a very significant question. But he didn't say anything about that in his testimony, which is why many memoism demands I reveal it now. I want to know. You mean to say the victim? Victim regain consciousness. Huh. Well, when did you decide to ask her a question? That's, true, yes. He did. That's not all. The women gave him a very definite answer. The answer that incriminates the accused. Huh. Why didn't you mention this before? It wasn't even a conversation. Yes, I did post with the withering English roast question, but I don't deny it. But she could no longer speak, so she was barely conscious even. Counsel for the defense, I expect a thorough cross-examination to be conducted here. This court must and will know the truth. Absolutely, Your Excellency. The reporters claiming that Miss Spreads implicated the race somehow. What on earth could have happened to that in the hut? Oh, I wonder. Wow. Okay, let's see what's happening. I asked the English women for an interview. I want to know. And Soseki-san remained behind the heart. Behind in the heart. That's right, yup, our awful friend here was blabbering Rex, shaking all over, from his head to his toe, moustache twitching, eyes bulging. What do you expect? You don't know the terrifying troubles that taunted me while I was traveling aboard. Back behind barefoot bars. They're coming for me, surely? Wait, that's all I could think of. I felt as though I was gasping for air, drowning in a sea of cold sweat. Poor Soseki-san, his experiences in London have scarred him deeply, for sure. As the world seems to close around me, I quietly recite a prayer to Amida Buddha. Eternal emptiness, empty eternity, and the end is coming for me, surely. Oh, hi Lenny, thanks for the sody slap. Happy Friday, how are you? No sutras are to resound in my courtroom, please. And now, we come to the crucial part, and this is when it happened. Hello, how are you? Oh, how was Halo? That's when this writer man asked the women a very significant question. I need to know, come on, stop, just tell me. What question? What exactly did he say? Well, now you should hear it from the horse's mouth, I think. Don't you, Mr. Writer Man? Out with it. What did you say to her? What did you say to the dying English women? Well, in truth, I've been catching crabs in the water's edge and building castle in the sands, you see. Well, the seaside is a place to be at leisure, I suppose, even for a grown man. But then all of a sudden, from that little beach hut, a young girl's panic-stricken cries for help pierced the air. Ray! I ran up the beach and see what's happening to find the defendant leaning over the collapsed victim. It was fun after reaching after Reach, I'll play 4, and then I'll be done with the entire Master Chief collection. Oh, congrats! Oh, that's nice. Glad you're enjoying it. As soon as the Inspector Hosonaga saw Mrs. Bread on the ground, he sprinted off to get help. And then, just a moment later, I heard a faint moan. A moan from the dead English women. I nearly jumped out of my skin. What's that? What did you ask her, Soseki-san? I asked her, who did this to you? Who? Who did this to you? Who? She didn't. She said nothing in response. But what? Mate, what's that? Man! Oh, come on! Suspense! I will! Oh, come on, say it! I asked her, who did this to you? But she never replied. She just lifted a trembling finger and pointed in the direction of the defendant. Ooh! Silly animation, I know, right? So cute. Miss Bread pointed a finger at the defendant. Soseki-san, is that really true? Which direction, mate? It's not easy to stand here to say this, but when we first entered the beach hut... Oh, the English woman was sprawled on the floor before us, the student girl standing on the far side of her. And when I asked who did this to you, pointy points, the English woman summoned her last ounce of strength to point to a trembling finger at the back of the hut. So it's at the back of the hut, there you go, at the back of the hut. Which was, it can't be denied, in the direction of the student girl who stands accused today. No. Soseki-san, why on earth did you neglect to mention this in your original testimony? But... Fiddlesticks, I say! This is not a British court of law. You will respond in Japanese. Yes, of course. The English woman did point her finger towards the back of the hut, but I was trembling, and she was trembling, and everything was a blur. And thinking about it, I feel as though perhaps she was pointing in a slightly different direction. Actually, no, not slightly, in a very different direction to where the student girl was standing. Somewhere in the back of the hut, where no one is standing at all. You mean that your memory of events, the direction in which the victim was pointing, are both unclear? Oh yes, that is. Unclear. I'm very, very unclear. The squeaky yari. Your Excellency, surely this proves the matter beyond all reasonable doubt. Yes, the women may barely have been conscious, but yes, perhaps her finger was wavered slightly. But there can be no doubt that this was an attempt by the victim to confirm the identity of her assailant. Why? Because she's pointing at the culprit. Because the court can see there was no other than the accused in the direction of the victim was pointing. It is now abundantly clear that no one besides the accused could possibly have committed this crime. I'm inclined to agree. In the absence of any credible argument to the contrary, I believe we can now conclude this trial. No, not our waifu, no. The headline's writing itself. Heh. You cheeky motherfucker, I mean, no. Dashing lawyers hope dash 92 points across the whole page, and we'll do an extra edition. This is a serious blow to Sato. Unless we're able to identify the true culprits. Yeah, we have it! We have it! We have it! We have it! No! No, it's not over. We need to save our wife. No! 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 But it's impossible, father. We don't even know how the crime was committed yet. It's impossible through the task. Impossible though the task might seem, but we have no choice. We must think back on everything that we've learned us for. And somewhere in those details, I'm confident we will find the clue we needed. Ray gave us her accounts of how events unfolded in the defendant's chamber before the trials resumed. She told us what happened at the precise moment Miss Brett was killed. Haha! The Englishwoman was sitting at the back of the hut listening to what I was saying, and then a moment later, she suddenly got to her feet. Collapsed. Before collapsing on the floor in front of mine with a knife on her back. How could Miss Brett have been stabbed in the back in a beach hut that was empty but herself and Ray? Somewhere amidst all those information we've gathered so far, there must be an answer to that question. I'll take it then. The defense has nothing further to add. No, Ikiari! Ikiari! Ah, Ikiari! やってないやってない This is the crucial turning point now. If we can't establish what has happened, it's over. No, just scream, just scream. I know how. I know. Ikiari. Huh. Your Excellency, I respectfully ask you to postpone your adjudication for the time being. Oh, to what ends? Let's go. The defense would like to present the court with an alternate theory that can explain. Alternative theory in which the victim was actually trying to implicate with her dying gesture. Yes, none exists. No, Igiari. There was someone else present at the scene who could have committed this crime. What? And the victim, Miss Brett, tried to reveal who it was to those around her at the time by mustering all her remaining strength and pointing a trembling finger in the killer's direction. This is a fiction, fantasy. Very well. As you seem so sure of yourself, Counsel, I'm prepared to hear your alternative theory. So, young Ryutaro Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. You will present your latest theory to the court by means of this plan. At the moment the victim was stabbed, where exactly you proposing the culprit was concealed? Outside. Present. Naruhodo-san would never give up, and I am a Naruhodo now. We just bluff our way like a Naruhodo. And the true culprit who fatally stabbed Miss Brett was concealed in this location here. Are you mad, Counsel? You're suggesting that the culprit was outside the hut. What? Order, order, order. The student lawyer Naruhodo-san, Esquire? That makes no sense at all. Oh, you've just pointed the exact spot where I was hiding to get my scoop snap. But I didn't see any suspicious individual loitering about, I can swear to that. Isn't that you, mate? Obviously, if the culprit has been outside the hut... Oh, there's no way that he or she could have stabbed the victim who was inside the hut. Actually, Prosecutor Ochi, there's a way. And in point of fact, the defense can provide evidence strongly suggesting that is the precise way Mrs. Brett was killed. You're bluffing! You're bluffing! Yes, I am. A defense assertion is clearly too fantastical for the court to comprehend. You will need to give us more guidance, counsel. What piece of evidence corroborates your theory that the victim was stabbed from outside the hut? So this one presents. Could I have the original photographic prints of the crime scene? Yes. It's clearly visible in this print that traces of the fatal thrust that was delivered from outside the beach hut. Do you take on us for fools? There's no hint of any such thing. I'm not sure that everyone present will agree. Someone at least appears to have noticed what that was, what it is that I was referring to. Huh. Counsel, once again, I was calling you to be explicit for the courts. There's a piru in here. Presents. There's this tiny little piru gap, so you can take a peek and look closely just there. Sneaky. In the screen at the back of the hut, you can see the effect of a blade have been forced through the reeds. No. I can't see any such a thing. It's true that the hut in question has 4 walls as you expect, however, by parting the reeds, a knife blade could easily penetrate them. This is extraordinary. Yes! A true culprit actually stabbed the victim from the outside of the beach hut. Oh. Huh. And of everyone present at the scene, there's only one person could have done that. Only one person who was directly outside the hut when Miss Brett was killed. Right in many memo sound, it could only have been you. Huh. 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 Now. Now? 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 Look at the print again. The victim lies almost exactly in the center of the beach hut. Does she not? Are we to assume that as a part of this farcical scenario, the assailant was a knife thrower? A yeet? No, of course not. Why not? Oh, if you recall the testimony of the defendant about the events just before the victim's death. Inside the beach hut, I confronted Miss Brett. But she just sat on a stool at the back of the hut, smiling sweetly at me as if she knew that she's untouchable. Ah, a stool. Have another look at the photograph. Oh, there is a store at the back. There's slit in the reed screen. There's a thing. It would align perfectly with the back of the person who was sitting on that stool. My words! So in fact the victim was killed while sitting on that stool by a stab wound to her back delivered through the reed screen. Having been attacked, Miss Brett rose to her feet instinctively, and then, unable to speak, she collapsed on the floor in the middle of the hut. Before the defendant, Membani sounds appalled eyes. And that, Your Excellency, is the truth of what happened on the beach that day. By your silence, Many Memos sang. I take it that you don't deny the charge. This is absurd. Yeah, I agree. That will do. It would appear that we have a tacit admission of guilt from the witness. Accordingly, this court has successfully established the truth of this matter, which means that the defendant, Membami-san, is innocent of the crime. Oh, just like that. Wait, how about the toxin? Oh, thank goodness. Finally made him cave. I must say, I've never been more proud. No, this can't be. The Hachi clan can't. What of my growth? My growth of hope? Oh no. My growth of hope. I see no reason for the continuance of this trial. Hold it. Huh. Huh. Ha. Ha. Well, this is all very convenient. This is how the highest court in the almighty emperor delivers justice, is it? Suppressing well-meaning citizens' freedom to speak and branding them as criminals. But we've established that the victim was stabbed from the outside of the hut through the reed screen walls. No one but you was in the place at the time to have his hands on the hilts of the blades. Is a perfectly logical deduction. So, your argument hinges on the location of whoever stabbed the English women, does it? Oh, well, it seems a little irrelevant now. Huh. Where she was stabbed, how she was stabbed, it doesn't matter. I mean, whether she was stabbed at all makes no difference if you think about it. After all, this trial's already shown that whole thing hinges on something else. Oh, what does that mean? What are you talking about? Brace yourself, little man. I'm talking about the fact that everything's changed. Because you did that, you dug up. What? Explain yourself. What's to explain? I'm talking about the poison, of course. The poison. Let's ask the professor for comment on this situation, shall we? Understand that a deadly poison you were developing was stolen from your lab, correct? And it's been shown that this poison was administered to the victim, Miss Brett, is that right? That is correct. The unusual constriction of the victim's pupil are a sure sign that this particular poison was used. I see. Presumably that means that the victim was already had poison in her body before she was stabbed. Huh. Ah. Given that her pupils were clearly constricted, it seems highly likely, yes. If she has been dead already, the poison could not have circulated in her blood. Oh. Pulling out a strict face again, I see, ouchie. How refreshing is to hear the argument of a metropolitan mind. Precisely as it matters not a jot who stabbed whom in those back of whose blades. Because, quite simply, the English woman's life was taken not by a knife, but by a poison. But that can be explained by the poison being on the blade. Oh well, it's not there, no. Haha, forgotten already, halfway yokel. During these very proceedings, the lab of the professor at your side assisting in proving that the blade of the weapon used to attack the victim has no trace of poison on it whatsoever. Oh. So let me get this down, the facts. is skillfully established by the defense in this trial, turned out to be a headline-making red herring. Is that about right? Oh, well, I see. Of course the poison comes back. Because we have something we haven't used yet. Where does this leave us? How, in that case, did the poison enter the victim's body? There is an undeniably obvious answer to that. The lady most likely globbed it. When she drank it, probably globbed it. Have another look at the photograph here. As you can see. A bottle of carbonated water in a glass has been knocked down. How do you tell like that is carbonated water? How do you tell that is fizzed? How do you tell that's not, I don't know, something else? It kind of looks like a wine or something. Has been knocked down on the sandy floor of the beach hut. Poison could have been slipped into it either. So someone made Miss Brett drink it. Well, what do you know? Look at those stashing eyes. This will make great front page shorts. Hey, why do you bewitching stare? After all, I'm the last person you should have been looking at. It would make no sense at all that I poisoned that woman, would I? I mean, that's been established already. Established? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've forgotten. That's a little hard to believe given that person who established it was you. Me? What on earth does that mean? Let me capture those wide eyes. Oh, it would seem that this trial is not destined to end yet after all. Thereby call upon the witness to give further testimony. That's great, that is. Let me get a shot of that magnificent beard, Your Excellency. Your claim is impossible that you were the one responsible for administering the poison to the victim. You will explain to the court at in your testimony the basis upon which you make such a claim. I'm a journal and I'm a man. I never try to run or hide from anything in my life, but yet you put that knife on the back of the lady. And I'm not about to start now because that's many memories. For a brief moment I thought I'd eliminated the truth, but it slipped right back into obscurity again. Just where is this trial gonna take us? Let's see. Complete innocence. Oh yes, I stabbed the English women, and this is the very fact that proves I'm innocent. Because why would I have bothered to stab the women if I already poisoned her? When I heard the student girl and that pompous English mother arguing, it got my goat. And if the courts weren't going to punish Brett for what she did, someone else would have to see justice done. Huh. So you admitted it then, that everything happened as I described. Oh, that you were the one who stabbed Miss Brett in the back through the reed screen. Can't blame this miserable country of ours. You can blame a country that bows to the pressure of foreign power and let murderers walking free. What kind of future can a country like that have? And that's why I did it. I did what our pathetic leader didn't have the guts to do. I slapped bangs in the middle of that charming lady's back. I plunged a blade of sweet justice right in there. Whoa. Bold. And someone who spent his life seeing that the truth is told. I feel really, really awful about giving false information in my testimony before. But as it turns out, there was someone else who had it in for the victim and got her before me. That's right, you guessed it. That pretty student girl. That is a woman after my own heart. He's trying to run away! He's trying to run away! She's the one who gave poison to English women and ended her pitiful existence. And suddenly, snap! That's your belt. And this journal here is off the hook. Oh! The argument sounds, certainly. If the witness had administered poison himself, he needs to only have waited for it to take effect. Subsequently, stabbing the victim in the back would have been entirely nonsensical. Yeah, why? Yeah, why? I'm pretty sure it's you, but why? Seriously, why? Why double? Therefore, this reporter has nothing to do with the poison. That's right, it is. And also, Alchi just cared about, like his victory, which doesn't make any sense, but okay. That's right, it is. Logical and true. I'm glad you've seen light. Justice at last. This is unbelievable. And after all I've made such progress in proving his guilt, he's gonna get away with it now. Ooh. Slap. Ah, she's cute. Think of Kazuma-san and Naruhodo-san. They never stop looking for a way forward until the judge judge's final gavel. Very well then, counsel. Proceed with what I assume to be your final cross-examination in this trial. Oh. Go ahead. Yes, Your Excellency. Huh. Yeah, but why? But why? So still maintain that you didn't give the poison to the victim. Obviously, that would be like putting a belt on your trousers when you're already wearing braces like these. Accused administered poison, following which this witness stabbed the victim. I don't understand though. Why did he do it twice? That is how the law works, you see? Who knows? Oh my god, that face. Two constructive attempts on her life in the space of minutes. Quite a day for the victim. Do something that evil and you've got it coming. That's how law works. The law of reckoning. That's not the kind of law this court upholds. I don't understand. What exactly were they arguing about? About what happened in that restaurant nine months ago, that's what? A student girl was laying into the English woman for killing her beloved mentor, Dr. Wilson. Oh yes, John H. Wilson. A professor of medicine invited here from England by Professor Mikotoba, no less. Yes, right, but the English women just jeered. Her case was to be heard by the British Council Court in Shanghai. However, there's little doubt that she would simply have been acquitted and sent back to her homeland a free woman. It was eating that student girl up inside, you could see it. I really felt for her. Hold it. Oh. Our waifu! She's back. I can't stand here and listen to this tripe. Hey, young girl, you stand accused here. You can't just blurt out whenever you feel like it. No, you can't. Sorry, but I'm in the middle of something very important. Some very important testimony here. Just keep quiet and listen. But this is awful. This awful man is making all this up. Susato, please, you have to make them listen. Return to the dock at once, Membami-san. We're in the middle of cross-examination. Mata, let's go. Your Excellency, please, I implore you. That journalist is clearly not a trustworthy witness. Exactly, he's filthy, rotten, black-hearted, wicked, dirty, great peeping Tom. Whoa, take it easy there. Well, he did, so I really think this court should hear what the defendant has to say. Your Excellency, I see no need whatsoever to entertain the accused's remarks. Hey, let's go! Wish granted, love it. It is likely to be a final cross-examination of these proceedings. As such, I believe it would be ill-advised to stifle the defendant's obvious concerns. So, whilst recognizing that the contravenes regular protocols, I thereby call upon the defendant to speak. Oh, thank you so much, Your Excellency. It was nothing to do with Dr. Wilson. We were discussing the stolen poison. Okay, let's press this one. The stolen poison that killed victim, you mean? I suspected her of being the one to steal it. I mean, just thinking about how she killed Dr. Wilson. That's true. Additionally, Miss Brett certainly had knowledge of new poison. But surely it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government. Huh. Indeed, all the visitors to the lab is thoroughly searched when they leave. Even a thief managed to avoid being seen by himself or a colleague. Getting a poison out will be very difficult. That's true, I pestered Professor Mikotoba until he agreed to show me the poison when I visited the lab. But as I left, I was searched from top to tail. Miss Brett rather bluntly reviewed the existence of the toxin we've been developing, you see. And since Soseki-san expressed oh, you ever. That's such an interest in it, I felt unable to refuse. Obviously, I gave nothing away other than the fact that it was extremely potent substance. I'm very ashamed of myself. It's just that I've had singularly terrible experience with a deadly poison. I wanted to look my own enemy in the eye. Surely you can understand that. Oh my god. To find out my suspicions were true, I confronted Miss Brett about the poison. I told her that if there were to be an incident involving it somehow, it wouldn't just be the university. The military will be dragged into it, so the whole government even. It would be a complete disaster. And how did Miss Brett respond to your concerns? She just curled those beautiful lips of hers and said she didn't know the first thing about it. In English, actually. Oh yes. Many memo-san. One small question, if you don't mind. I do mind. Can't you see I'm busy? Oh. Clearly you were outside the beach hut listening in whilst the defendant and Miss Brett were conversing. Presumably then, it was you who wrote this article about what you've heard. Huh. Exclusive deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical Research Laboratory. And the story was published in this morning's edition of Shoyu News. and details were too accurate for it to have been written by someone else. Huh, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you sweating? Yes, look at this entire article. It's almost what I said to Miss Brett's, word for word. Ah. Aye, Peeping Tom. Huh. As a journal and as citizens of the free country, I don't have to review my sources, and that's a founding principle of many memorism. Father's clearly right about this. That reporter did write that article, and he based it on what he overheard from outside the hut. Ooh. Ooh. So that's what it was all about. You were trying to cover up the fact that you were listening in. That's why you came up with that stinky story about me arguing with her. Oh, shut up. My story never stinks. Look, whatever you say, little girl, it doesn't alter the facts. Hi, Sonic Blade. It's old-timey Japan, even free country. It's all free. Like, Derby is free. Your Excellency, there is something I want to say. I wanted to go on record. Okay. Free country. Ha, ha, ha. The point is, if you'd poison someone, there'll be no reason then to go and stab the person as well. Yeah, why? I need to know. Why, if you poison someone, why would you go and stab the person? I don't understand. Like, literally, I just don't understand. Why would you do that? Exactly. Why would you? Let's see. What? That would be like pouring pepper on your Chinese ramen before you even taste it. Completely reckless. Exactly. Why would you stab her? Why would you stab her? Like, seriously, why would you stab her? Once the victim has taken the poison, she would have been only minutes away from death. And yet this man didn't proceed to stab her in the back as well. It has to have been a good reason for that. He must have done it prior to Ray entering the hut. Yes. That's undeniable. But between him leaving the hut and victim being stabbed, there was one very crucial change in the situation. Sorry? Oh, the reporter overheard the conversation between Ray and English women. So what they're saying is, because he heard about it, he was like, you know what, we need to make sure that secrets stay with us within this country. So, well, maybe they didn't take the pen. PSN, what's PSN? Well, I can think of one reason. Well, what? But before I explain, I'd like you to confirm something for the court. Did you clean all the information from this newspaper article from what you overheard outside the hut? Huh. Of course he did. There can be no question of that. After all, when we were all in the lab again together, all we were told was that was terrible toxin. poison. Ah, poison. Have a habit of calling poison PSN due to Pokemon. Alright. Oh, now I remember. I was like, that looks horribly familiar. Oh, Sonic Blades. Have you got the old game? Speaking of Pokemon, they just launched the Switch Fire Reds and Leaf Green, right? There was one more important fact to consider. According to a witness, Mimbani-san's verbal attack against the victim began as soon as she entered the hut. Oh, and in other words, it would have been impossible for her to slip the poison into Miss Brett's drink. Where are you going with this, Counsel? Mentor-san has made it quite clear that he observed every single thing that happened in the beach hut. If the defendant somehow found an opportunity, that man would have seen it. I only have one Switch one, don't remember if it's on that too. I think they kind of launched that as a Switch game. Not sure. But today, when they announced it, I think they were saying that if you have that game, you can catch Pokemon and send it to Pokemon Home and send it to like other versions as well as the Winds and Waves. Looking forward to that. Are you excited for that too? Which means Miss Brett couldn't have imbibes the poison whilst the defendant was present. I remember the people talking about that Pokemon Home. In fact, it must have been administered to her before Mimbami-san entered the hut. Ooh. Yeah, I think like I don't know. Oh, I really hope that, you know, like they're actually launching a new Legends. Hopefully, but I think Cocopia come first this year. And needing to basically link cable tray. Oh, really? Really? I thought it was. Oh. Because like this morning, I think like a friend of mine said you kind of have to like really link cable trades, not online trade, but I don't know if that's true or not. Well, yeah, no, online form, what I heard. Ooh. Boo. Yes, very articulately put. When I walked into the hut, I immediately started to press Miss Brett about poison. Oh, at which point, many memos-san overheard some worrying information. Worrying information? What worrying information? The information of which he subsequently included in his newspaper article, namely, that the poison was being developed strictly in strict secrecy that couldn't be readily obtained. Absolutely. In fact, that's quite an understatement. It's only possible place it could come from is my lab. And furthermore, anyone afflicted by poison would exhibit telltale signs in death. The extreme constriction of the pupils, yes, is quite stark when you see it. And there are other poison that show similar symptoms, but not amongst the new substances that are undetectable. Could be wrong since I'm not up to date, but no online. Oh, that would be sad. But anyway, yeah, I think like people. Oh, I don't know. I'm still juggling if I should get it or not, because like, it would have been nice to, you know, like play that again. It's been a while. In other words, it would have be clear that the victim's life had been ended by the use of this particular poison, which would reduce. Oh, thanks for the hit pads, Ava. Which would reduce the number of suspects to only one handful of people. anyone in my lab is aware of the unique properties of the toxin we've been developing, none of them would be foolish enough to attempt to use it for some nefarious deeds. And Balmy Sound being no exception. Therefore, we can conclude that whoever administered this unique poison to the victim was a layperson unaware of its telltale properties. Oh. In other words, someone like you writing many memos. Okay, yeah, because I double-checked online. Oh, see, that's sad. It was you who stole poison from the lab that day. It was you who administered the unwitting to the unwitting victim. And you quickly realized that was a terrible mistake because the poison caused such an unusual symptoms that was so traceable. Oh. As you listened in from the far side of the beach hut, in thin walls, you learnt of these facts. You've already given the victim the poison at that point, so it was too late. So you had to plan to disguise your mistake. A plan that would involve stabbing the victim in the back through the reed screen. Because it was not a remake but a re-release of the GBA game. Yeah, I think so. They're just like lazy. Lazy. But what good could that possibly do? Isn't it obvious, Council? The plan was to kill Miss Bread before the poison could take effect. Once in the blood, the poison causes the onset of pupil constriction. But he had hoped to precipitate the victim's death before that happened, hadn't he? Exactly. Because without any revealing signs of new secret poisons in use, no one would ever have suspected. This is extraordinary. Yes, the effect of the poison meant it would have been too easily identified, so the killer has to mask its use. Which he attempted to do by plunging a knife into the middle of the victim's back. And the audio is doing some wired humming. Oh, really? Is it? Well, hopefully it's not, but I have no idea actually. I'll check it afterwards. Oh, order. The argument presented it sounds. The court is satisfied that it warrants consideration. So, does the prosecution have a counter-argument it wishes to put forward? Well, there's a number of... yes, I counter completely. Come on. So the prosecution is a evasive response clearly shown that in much the same way that he nurtures the remnants of his top knot, he's clinging to the lost hope. Lost hope? What's happening? Oh no. Slap. You pathetic, useless, fallen samurai. Fallen? Who are you calling fallen? I don't need a counter-argument. Oh, what? What are you talking about? It should be blatantly obvious. I stole the poison, you say. Gave it to the victim, you say. I stabbed her, you say. Lots of fine theories. But I don't need a counter-argument because you don't have an argument yourself. Where's your evidence? Ah, yes, you made it all sound so plausible, don't you? But without evidence, it means nothing. Whereas I base my news on facts. Facts? What do you mean? Explain yourself. I mean, what the professor said earlier in this trial. It's all here in many memos, every word, every slip of tongue, all noted. That's what the Shoyu News is famous for, the power of printed words. Oh, but surely it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government. Indeed, all visitors in the lab are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even the thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague. Getting the poison out would be very difficult. Oh, how's that then? Blowing the story wide open. See, I've written many memo, a mere reporter from the Shoyu News. Couldn't possibly have stolen that poison from the professor's laboratory. Ah, he must have stolen the poison that day. He stole it. He used to kill it. Kill the guy. Kill the lady. If that's the case. Huh. As you've identified, the poison itself is definitive evidence we need. Because whoever stole it from the lab that day is the true culprit here. What's your point? An annoyingly handsome country bumpkin. My point is that there's a way that you, many memos Sam, could have stolen poison that day. Huh. I've had enough verbal conjecture now. Thank you. What the court must show is evidence. What proof do you have that the witness stole the poison on the day in question? This one. The question is which one we should... So, this one, right? What proof do you have this witness stole poison present? Let's see the pen. The fountain pen, how could that possibly be relevant? Well, this magical pen somehow have to have enough ink to write many thousands of kanji characters. I believe they arrived in our country for the first time in 15 years ago now. Wow, 15 years. That's pretty cool. Bah, I swear by a weasel here, calligraphy, brush and nothing else. Well, as a forward-thinking man of words, obviously I love my fountain pen. Okay, that's right. Fountain pen have a small reservoir that is in a barrel. Oh, in which the ink is sucked up through a nip of the pen in order to write with later. What's that? All these talking of sucking up ink have... Ah! And just, it's possible to suck up ink in a reservoir. It's also possible to eject it through the nip again, of course. My words! Can it really be? Well, many memos sound. Huh. When you saw the deadly poison before your eyes in the lab that day, you used your fountain pen, your very lifeblood, to steal some of it, didn't you? By siphoning the poison up through the nib and into the pen's reservoir. Ooh, siphoning gas around, I see. Well, more absurdity that never happens. True. But would anyone have thought to take a look inside a fountain pen of all places? No. I'm a little ashamed to say that for the fear of offending our guests, such a detailed search would not have been conducted. Well, this is quite startling, I must say. I remind the court that this pen was found in the clutches of the victim when she died. In other words, it was dropped at the scene by Many Memo-san. So the crucial question is, when exactly was the pen dropped? Oh, are you suggesting? The natural conclusion is that in your haste to act whilst the victim was distracted for a moment, you dropped your pen after you emptied the poison from it into her glass. That's a bit bullshit, isn't it? What? Oh, I hope the poison is actually like, you know, like no color and stuff, you know? Otherwise, like, you'll have a very colorful fizzy drink. There could be any number of alternative explanations. For example, the witness could have been using this pen to write down details of his conclusion with a victim, a conversation with the victim. And when shocked by one of her outrageous answers, the pen fell from his quivering hands. No, that can't be. If it was, how to explain why the pen was devoid of ink? What? As you can see for yourself that if you examine the evidence, that it would appear to be no ink present in the reservoir. A newspaper reporter is going to interview someone with nothing in his pen. No, the pen was dropped after the poison that filled its reservoir has been emptied into the victim's glass. Oh, witness! What do you have to say in your defense? You can't prove it! So this is how our modern justice system works, huh? Oh, not the slap again, I don't like it. Oh. So what if the ink in my pen runs dry? What if my pencil snaps? Well, I have a lot of pencil. I can always claw my way back into the game. I have plenty in reserve. Oh my god. Wow. It's a ninja himself. You claim I sucked up the poison in my pen? That's a wild speculation, nothing more. You thought you could bring down a fine upstanding citizens with a trick like that, think again. Oh, it looks like Aso is going to take one final decisive blow to finish this matter. As I see, the situation now is very simple. The rest upon whether or not this witness did indeed steal the poison on the day in question, and therefore it depends whether if we have the juice, right? Yes, we have it! Surprise! Many Memo-san, this is how our modern justice system work. My god, your journalist only thing worse than you as a lawyer. Oh my god, yeah. It's so random, but this is our first day in court as Susato. In the courtroom, evidence is everything, and we have some for you. Served up. Fresh. From Papa's pocket. It's still warm. Okay, the last one. Let's go. Okay, this item. Let's go. Present. Kurai. What's that bottle? Its bottle contains a unique chemical reagent that can identify the poison in question. Yes, that poison is an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids developed by my colleagues and I. It'll be impossible to detect traces of it by any other methods. But we happen to have it. Or from another perspective, simply with this chemical reagent, anyone would be able to check for traces of this poison. What? A drop of the contents of this bottle on the tip of your fountain pen, many memo sound. It's all it will take to solve this case beyond all reasonable doubt. Oh no! Oh no, you can't! I won't! Your crimes are bad enough, but at least know when to admit defeat. Well, it's death row, no? So... Ugh. Your Excellency, the defense requests permission to carry out the test on the fountain pen at once. Yeah. Oh no. This isn't my fault, the Emperor drove me. Oh my god. Oh my god. In the name of justice. Susato with me. Ah. Oh, it's a Susato takedown. Oh, that's cute. Did I do it right? That was Susato takedown, wasn't it? Not quite. That was in Ryutaro takedown. Oh, that's so cute. The instant the first drop of reagent touched the nib of the fountain pen, it was clear to everyone present. So it's not really dramatic, his breakdown, I see. When I saw it there in the lab, that poison, the devil got hold of me and I decided to do it on a whim. I excused myself and emptied all my ink down the sink in the bathroom, washing the rest of it out carefully. And then you waited for an opportunity to suck up some of the poison, didn't you? And into your fountain pen. Yes, that's right. Answer me one thing, Many Memo-san. Why did you seal it? For what purpose? Isn't it obvious? To find out what it was made of and expose it in an article. I mean, it was a secret project after all, too juicy for a journal like me to pass up. Then why did the English women end up dead? Yeah, why? I went into that hut intending to quiz her on her situation, that's all, as a reporter. A known killer, enjoying full freedom, evading justice by leaving the country, and I told her what I thought about it. And she just laughed in my face. Ooh. Oh, what is this? A Far Eastern caveman purporting to practice journalism. Really, you must learn the difference between reporting and listening at doorways. Oh my god. What did you call me? This country, with its pretensions to a justice system, to a free press, is really very depressing. You see our superior ways in the West, yet you lack the mental capacity to emulate them. Get out of there, you elf. Get out and crawl back in the cave you came from. Wow. Oh, he's so pissed in. That's when I remembered about the deadly poison happened to have in my pen at the time. Wow, what a terrible tale. In my head, I knew I should just get out of there as quickly as possible, but I couldn't. I couldn't let her get away with that, with what she'd done. She clearly had no remorse at all. Oh, I suppose it was my journal spirits getting all fired up. Wow. That's really sad. I'd like to ask you something. Yes? You often talk about justice. But surely as a journalist, you could have used other means to deliver justice you sought. There's no justice in the press. Sorry. After that trial 9 months ago, I kept digging and digging to find out what happened in that courtroom. And finally, I discovered the truth. It was cover up. That's what it was. A cover up? What do you mean? I would remind you of your position, witness. Be careful of what you say. Oh, come on. Doesn't it strike you as strange? We're suddenly not allowed to convict a foreign national. A consular jurisdiction should never have come into it. And yet that puffed up English woman was going to sail away into the sunset a free woman. The only possible explanation is that, behind the scenes, some deal has gone down between Britain and Japan. Ooh, what sort of deal? I've done my research, dug up all the dirt, and it was all ready to be published. Oh, I want to read it. But you know what happened? The editor just torn the article up. It came under pressure from the government, you mean? If our government's gonna let criminal walk free, if they gonna crush the free press, then what choice do I have but to see that justice is done myself? Let's not forget, many memos saying that you committed murder yourself and you tried to lay the blame on defendant's door. I'm sorry, but you're no better than Jazali bread. What? The truth is, you have no right to talk about justice at all. I suppose. It would appear that we have reached a conclusion in this trial at last. The counsel for defense, Ryutaro Naruhodo. Oh. Yes. Sorry, Your Excellence. See you. It's just musing in a manly way here. It's almost unbelievable that this is your first experience of the Supreme Court. That was an excellent performance. In truth, it very much reminded me of your cousin's exploits. Oh, Naruhodo, do you not scare, you mean? The way he handled the trial 9 months ago and the way you handled this one, oh, rookie. It gives me hope that we're genuinely entering a new era of justice in this land. Ooh, that's very flattening. Flattering. Your Excellency. Hearing the defense you put forward today made me feel most keenly that the future of our justice system will be forged by you and your contemporaries. Thank you. So, Prosecutor Ochi, do you have any final thoughts? Oh no, seppuku! No, he's gonna seppuku! What? Takesuchi of Aochi clan, have been bested by a Cal youth not once now, but twice. If there was any shreds of my former self left, it has wetted and died here today. No, gosh. And your journey to cultural enlightenment sure took a while, didn't it? Wow, silence. Rather than living in shame, I will end this all now with this blade. Not the seppuku. Oh my god. For what is truth path to Ouchiism? Ouchiism? What? Oh no. Oh, top knot, okay. This time rightful farewell. Hope is lost forever. Takeuchi. Taketsuchi. Oh no. Oh no, he's cutting his hair. Oh no. 泡芙不是哦。It was a shave. Respect. 可以綁月對頭啊，冇聽過。Now, in regards to the defendant, Ray Membami-san. Yes, Your Excellency. I've reached my final verdict, thereby found you. Dobby is free! Let's go! 邊首國語？我可以讀一啲字。我喺另一邊讀中文國語。月代頭未冇事會綁過分，好似好型。It's over. My heart is still pounding in my chest though, so all I can do is just stay standing. Ryunosuke! Lawyers have such great responsibility and such great burden to bear. Don't stay, Naruhodo-san. Susato! Oh, waifu, thank you so much. You were so dashing in there. Ray and father. Honestly, I'm so touched by everything you've... Oh no! I think I'm gonna cry. No, waifu! It wasn't easy, but together we made it. I was on the verge of tears at the end too. The only reason I'm still here is because of you. Oh no, I can't take all the credits. It took courage to tell me the truth in there. You did wonderfully, Ray, so I would have to say that the congratulations belong to you. Oh, Susato, let's go! Ray, let's go! We're friends, equals, and the trial's over, so no more of this formal super humility nonsense. It's time to celebrate with swagger, to throw caution to the winds. Caution to the... What? I'm the great defense lawyer, Ryutaro Naruhodo, and I'm taking you out to a milk bar tomorrow. What? What's that mean? Right, I see. I will think about it, eh? At any rate, we really knocked out a win off that horrid man. It felt so good. Yes, it was satisfying. It really was. Isn't there anyone else that we could throw together? I hope you're not looking at me, Ray. Oh my goodness. Of course not, of course not. There's it at last. Ray's lovely smile. You fought for your friends to the very last. As your father, I'm extremely proud of you. Defense attorney Ryutaro Naruhodo. Thank you. I couldn't have done it without your help. Anyway, it's time to bid farewell to Ryutaro, I think. I shall miss him in a way, but it's back to Susato Mikoto Bar now. Oh, so I will never see him again then. That was a terrible shame. What? What is happening? Soseki-san and Inspector Hosonaga. I do hope you've been keeping well. Is that... Really, you? Yes, I had to change my appearance for, well, obvious reasons, I hope, but it's me. 條毛巾好整，好得意佢。Sato Mikoto Soseki-san. I don't. So dashing, so divine. No. Doubly dashing, yes. And devilishly divine. Look at you. I had no idea, Miss Susato-san. You were Loken Shun Naruhodo-san's Esquire's cousin. Eh? Astonishingly sounding ace-turning. Poor Soseki-san, so confused. I still remember the first time I ever met him. It was in a prison cell in London. What an extraordinary conundrum. It was the unwitting student from Japan found himself embroiled in. But after Naruhodo-san's skillful defense at the Old Bailey, Soseki-san was free to return to Japan. And now he seems to have earned himself a great fame as an author. Oh, I'm stunned. That's truly impressive disguise. Even I had no idea, as a chief inspector at the police bureau, who came up with Mr. Turtle, no less. Oh, Mr. Turtle, that's so cute. I'm not sure you should be admitting to that, Inspector. Amazing. You're women of many faces, I see. Just two, really. And this was a once-in-a-lifetime event, I hope. Oh, I'm not a patch on you, though, Inspector. Well, I am professional, of course. I do worry about it, Inspector Hosonaga sometimes, I really do. 9 months ago, when he appears here at the Supreme Court to testify, he was undercover, disguised as the head waiter in the restaurant. And then on the steamship to Great Britain, of course, disguised as a sailor to keep us safe in the journey. Ah, Kazuma-san. Though that didn't help you, didn't it, Kazuma-sama? From my perspective, I had to admit that I have mixed feeling about all this. I mean, now the truth has been lost forever. What do you mean? I'm talking about a murder that English women committed at the end of last year. Ah yes, it was English doctor she killed, and I understand it. Well, Dr. John H. Wilson, yes, the man I invited to Japan personally. The mystery is, why did she kill him? And now the culprit herself is dead. We'll probably never know the answer. Oh. On a voyage to Great Britain, we almost had an unexpected encounter with Mr. Sherlock Holmes, the great detective, I mean. Yes, I remember Holmes as well, of course. My arch-nemesis, how lightly utter his name. Well, according to the story published about him in Adventure of Sherlock Holmes, the detective once had a partner who helped him solve all the crimes, a best friend. And that man was an exceptional doctor of medicine by the name of John H. Wilson. What? Dr. Wilson? I just can't believe that is a coincidence. I think that English doctors of medicine killed it in Japan 9 months ago. Must have been a friend of and partner of Mr. Holmes. It was that guy Watson. Watson was dead, yeah. In the first game, the first trial was actually dead. And it was killed by the victim in this case. And if that's really true, then the poor girl won't ever see her beloved father again. As you know, I travelled to Great Britain once myself to study. It was around the time you were born. Yes, grandmother told me about that. On returning to Japan, I took out my professorship at the Imperial Yume University. But I also served another role, an advisor to the government on diplomatic affairs. Yes, I was aware of that as well. In that case, I am sure you understand there were some confidential matters I cannot divulge to you. Oh. Could you just tell me one thing? Why did you summon me back to Japan? Huh. It's been 2 months now since I returned. When I left England, it was because of an urgent telegram that has arrived from Japan. It said that you'd collapsed with a high fever and then you were growing weaker by the day. What? Where did that news come from? That's what I'd like to know, because after that long sea voyage, I found you in fine health, Father. Was there something in Great Britain that you perceived might inconvenience me in some way or harm me? That's really the only explanation I can think of. How? Dear me. Do you reserve your most cutting glares for your father, Susato? I'm sorry, my dear. I simply can't. Oh, let me go! Many memos sound. So, one throw wasn't enough for you. I've got one last thing to say before they take me away, Professor. Me? I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on. That's the visiting student's fate. Oh, not her. The student law who left for Great Britain 8 months ago. Oh, what? Student of law? He must mean Kazuma-sama. What are you talking about? What does any of this have to do with Kazuma-sama? Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They didn't know what the guy. They didn't know that the guy never made it to England. That he died on that steamship. That he will never. Why the judge? Why the judge? Why the judge? Why are you here? Well, I didn't expect to find him here. What were you officers playing at? I'm terribly sorry, Your Excellency. But why the judge? Why are you here? What? I was coming to tell you that the rickshaw has arrived, Eugene, and it's a good job I came by. Yes, thank you for dealing with him. I'll be there shortly. Oh, Your Excellency. A trial's over. I'm not Your Excellency anymore. I'm merely your father's friend. Seishiro Jigoku. And may I say that since I saw you last, you seem to have taken on a more dashing appearance. Susato. Oh, it's all friends, I see. Did you know all along, from the start of the trial? The judge sees everything, Susato. I couldn't let you take the risk. If Seishiro hadn't known, then he'd recognized you. So I had a word in his ear beforehand as an old friend. So, Seishiro, shall we? Yes, having ruled on that case, now we have various diplomatic issues to address. Before you go, Father. Sorry, my dear. We shall have to return to our earlier conversation at a later date. But well done again, both of you. You did admirably. Well, thank you very much. What did you think of my Seishiro's thing, huh? It's been a while since I sent a man flying like that. Oh, that's so cute. Whatever could father be hiding from me? About Jazali Brett, about Dr. Wilson, and now it seems, according to a reporter, about Kazuma-sama. I'm going to have to bring this up with father sometime. When no one else is around. Oh, Judicial Assistant Mikotoba-san, as Esquires, could I have a word? Yes, of course, Soseki-san, what is it? I think perhaps it could be fate that we're meeting again like this now. You see, there's something I need to tell you. Oh, I believe that it may be related to the reason why your father summoned you back from England. This I have to hear. Please, Soseki-san, tell me at once. I will! As you know, my time in England was terrible, cursed, and I have no doubt. Such awful things I embroiled in. Thank goodness Locum Shun Naruhodo-san Esquire stepped in. After he secured my freedom, I couldn't wait to get on a ship back here to my homeland. Having arrived in Japan, I submitted a report about my experiences to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The next thing I knew, I had a visitor. It was your father, Professor Mikotoba. He wanted to ask me of all sorts of things about my report. My father? Oh, he seemed to be especially taken with a particular part of the report. Anyway, he left eventually, having thoroughly quizzed me. But it was the very next day that he sent the telegram to you asking you to return to Japan. So what was it then? That particular part my father was interested in? Tell me. I don't really know exactly. Why so panicky? But do you remember them? Those two terrible cases I was caught up in? Of course, I could never forget. Your father seems to concern himself mainly with the second case. The second one, you mean the one Mr. Sholmes forbids of any of us to talk about in public? Which is why the only case involving you that any member of the public is aware of is the first. Well, I don't care. I don't have to listen to what that dastardly detective say. Anyway, the point is, it seems that case somehow holds the key to all these curious, unanswered questions. That horrific, hideous, heinous case that of the haunted lodgings. Oh. That case somehow caused my father to summon me back urgently to Japan. I thought that whole business was over, but it seems like I was wrong. Perhaps that was only the start. Perhaps the story is not yet told. Ooh. But anyway, we managed to finish this case. Hey! Cutscene!
こうしてかの英国留学生の事件は決着がついたのでございます。大司院に立ってほんの少し分かったような気がいたしました。なるほど様が異国の法廷で何に立ち向かっているのかを。今日はもう一つお知らせしたいことがあって筆を取りました。夏目漱石様がおっしゃった2つ目の事件。父は何も語りませんが、あの事件にはどうやら大きな謎を解く重要な鍵が眠っているようでございます。あの事件の記録はお部屋の棚の左隅に残しておきました。よろしければ振り返ってみてはいかがでしょうか。日本はいよいよ夏の盛り、今日も抜けるような青空でございます。なるほど様、もう一度お会いしたく存じます。 スサト。
Aw, Susato is so sweet. I love her. She's so cute. I don't remember what the second case is. It's been quite a while since I played that, I believe. But yes, that is the first case of the second game of GAA. So it is a good time for us to wrap up this stream. So let's go back to our lab. Well, thank you so much for staying with me. So the next time we're gonna start the next game. Oh well, the next game, but the next case. Oh, thanks for the hit pads. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, thanks for staying around. Really appreciate that. It was a lovely story. I really like it. I think GAA 2 was very engaging, I believe. I remember. But yes, that was 10 years ago. Was it 10 years ago, GAA 2, when it came out? It probably is. So yeah, it's been a while. I think like it was last year that they are celebrating, well, Capcom was celebrating the 10th anniversary of GAA release, which is the game that we were playing, Ace Attorney Chronicles. Both the games. I think it's the second one, was it the Resolve? I don't remember. Yes, but that was wonderful. I really like this storyline. I think like it gives a pretty lovely twist to the AA series, and I remember the second one was written pretty well, though I don't remember every single detail. But it's very, very lovely as always. Absolutely love AA stories. Hope you enjoyed it as well. And we are wrapping up, so thank you so much for tuning in today. We're gonna raid out as always. Thanks for staying in. Let's say hi to our friends. Hopefully we have some friends streaming today. Let's take a look. Oh yes, we do have... Oh! Let's see. Oh! We do have our friends playing a new game from Capcom today. One with Unc Leon, and looks like he's enjoying it, so we're gonna raid there. Thank you so much for staying, everyone, and I just got here. See you around. Say right, thanks for coming. Our system winding down. I will keep everything in order until we return to this timeline, and take care on your way out. Ciao ciao, see you next time, and happy Friday or Saturday.